Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 3 of a series of videos where we show off the historical challenges on the new MotoGP 19 game. And today, as we have done in the first two, we did the first one in the 500cc Heroes in the first episode, then we went to the dawn of MotoGP, so it's only fitting today that we did the first challenge in the Great Rivalry series. So this is Rossi nullifies BIAGGI'S threat at Donington, the 6th of July, 01. So, the 500 class 01 seemed to be decided after just 3 Grand Prix, all won by the Doctor. But then Biaggi recovers 25 points with 4 consecutive podiums, including a victory at Assen with a 126 metre gap over the Doctor. Reinvigorated, Biaggi starts the weekend in style. He starts on pole, but Valentino's only in 11th. But in the race, Rossi goes wild with a comeback of his own, seasoned with spectacular passes. The battle with Biaggi goes on from lap 18 right until the end, eventually giving Valentino his 150th victory. Not quite Rossi yet. Eventually giving Honda its 150th victory in the 500 class, reading way too far into that yet. So, we've got to beat Max Biaggi and don't fall. It sounds easy. It was like the last challenge in Brno, funnily enough, with Max Biaggi. But that's a very youthful looking Valentino Rossi there on the bike. But of course, Rossi had a big rivalry with Biaggi early on in the 21st century. But, blimey, he does look young there. But, of course, now the battle's more with the likes of Marquez, Dovi, and even Petrucci, really, after winning the Grand Prix last weekend. That was a big surprise. I mean, Rossi hasn't started this season off very well. But more to the point of my YouTube channel, if this is your first video of mine on the MotoGP games, don't hesitate to leave a subscription or a like on the video. And, yeah, you'll be able to see all of my other content there, including snooker and my MotoGP 19 career mode. So, coming out the last corner, seems we've got a little bit more to do than we did in the last challenge. We've only really done singular lap stuff, so it's 3 laps we've got here to do. Don't really know why they've got us to brake that early, but there you go. But it's really just in these 3 laps trying to beat Biaggi. He's quite a way behind, I'm guessing now, unless that's him in front. If that's him in front, I mean, 3 laps is a bit ridiculous to do this, I think. In terms of getting 12.5 seconds. Oh, God, it is as well. It is him ahead. It is Biaggi. I mean, he's 3 seconds behind, 3 seconds ahead. This isn't really one of those, like the other challenges we can really afford to do 3 or 4 times in a video. It's going to be quite a long one. So we've got to get past Biaggi and then pull out a massive gap in probably what's going to be 2 laps. We're not going to catch up to him really before the end of the lap. But I do love the Donington circuit. I've played around it a few times now. Oh, and we're off. That's really not going to help. Just really increasing the challenge there. That's really not going to help us in trying to catch Max Biaggi. And it might actually dock this attempt. But we're going to go for it anyway. Increase a bit of excitement. Potentially just completely buggers up the idea of getting gold in this. But we've gone way wide there. So I think, yeah, it's probably time unless we don't get a penalty. Yeah, we will. Right, let's start that one again, shall we? Deary me. Probably because of my experience driving cars around this track, it doesn't help to ride a bike around here, especially with that first few corners, thinking, right, I've got grip. Ah, wait, no, I haven't. So, Biaggi's just set a 33.9, us with a 37.8. So, either he got past on that lap and we made a mistake, or something else happened. But nevertheless, we're going to have to do the reverse now on the Yamaha rider. Weird to see Rossi on a Honda these days. Couldn't imagine him there these days with Marquez. Got that corner a little bit wrong, didn't we? The crown of curves coming into the right-hander now. That's well taken. But yeah, 2.9 seconds is the gap to Max, so it's going to be quite a tricky one to recover, I'd say, here. But pushing as hard as we can without falling off, hopefully, this time. That would always be nice. But we've pulled a lot closer than we were before, purely because you can see his name indicates that. Tends to indicate that we're quite close. Try not to fall off this time. No, a lot better through there. We've just been a lot better this time. And only 6 attempts. And, yeah, we've got past him. I mean, don't comment saying is this on easy. There's not actually any difficulties. Well, as far as I know, I haven't been prompted to select a difficulty on these scenarios. Oh, that's not a good entry into there at all. But no difficulty on these scenarios. It's literally just the one sole difficulty. So whether it is just the difficulty you play on, I can't really be sure. But that's going to be wide, if not even off the bike. So we're going to have to bail out that quite a bit. And Biaggi does go back through temporarily. I suppose a way you could cheat this and get the 12.5 seconds just to ram Biaggi off the bike. I mean, for corners like this, it's so tricky to keep on the bike. Oh, dear. Blooming hard, that is. Maybe it's just a case of braking earlier, because I shouldn't have really bolted out of that corner. We wouldn't be so far behind. But it's definitely a learning curve. These bikes, I don't know, it's just this game. It's definitely not the previous games that Milestone have brought out. Quite an interesting handling change there. You've got to brake at the right time. Any later and you're going straight on, I think that it's quite a nice thing though, because they always say in the BT Sport GP box that, well, if you brake 1 metre later, I mean, for goodness sake, this attempt's gone disastrously as well. Believe me, not all the challenges tend to go this badly, but a bit of entertainment for you, I suppose, that it's going this badly. But there's going to be plenty, I'm sure, of the Doctor in these historical challenges. It's the Doctor, Valentino Rossi. So here we go again. Hopefully this time we'll actually do it. To be fair, the last time round we were close to beating, well, we were ahead of Biaggi, but just got it immensely wrong coming up to the last bit of the racetrack. Didn't know turn 2 was called Hollywood. Well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Crane of curves, turn 3, I knew that. Come on, let's get through this corner nicely. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm really setting myself out as a good MotoGP content creator. Imagine any other game that you buggered up every 30 seconds doing on YouTube. I couldn't imagine it, could you? Playing FIFA, getting an own goal. Playing F1 and crashing every 30 seconds. Playing cricket and getting out every 30 seconds. Well, some people do that. Or things like snooker and not bothering to pot or anything for 15 minutes. Well, those are all pretty much things I've probably done. But this is the last try, I think, of this. Well, we've got to get a bronze. We can't leave empty-handed. But by me saying this is the last try, it's very, you know, resilient and confident, definitely, that we will do it this time. That's not the best line to take through there on the curb. Really not. Starkey's Bridge, turn 5. We're not too far off Biaggi, though. Don't want to push too hard, though. It's alright not being that far off. If we fall off the bike, we'll be a lot further back. But these bikes are, I think I said it in the second part, or maybe the first one. These bikes, I don't know what it is about them, but it does really make you feel with the handling that you are grappling this big bike, trying to get it around the track that you haven't really felt on previous GP games. It's a hard one to describe, but it's definitely there. Maybe we got that just about turned in as late as possible, but this corner is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's see when they decide to brake. So brake here, keep your foot on the brake. Yeah, it's probably sensible. Okay. I think it's because I'll probably try and deviate from the brakes, tap the accelerator a little bit, try and get as much speed, and then as a result we're way too slow. Quick even coming into the corner. Yeah, there we go. That's still a little bit quick into the corner. But we are past Biaggi now, so as long as we don't fall off in the next 2 laps or make a tremendous mistake, we are going to at least get bronze. But let's see how far we can pull away from Max here. We're through the first corner. Nearly 3 seconds is the gap already. As I've said, no difficulty on these scenarios, and to be fair, there's a lot of scenarios to get through. Credit to Milestone's putting all these in. We have lost the manager mode this year on the game, which I'm a little bit gutted about. I quite enjoyed that in the previous games, but oh well. 3.8 seconds now, the gap to Biaggi. Ooh, we're okay. Don't want to get on the curb braking because the tyres just go, no, you're all right, it's fine. I'm not bothering. You've got to play these sort of games with a lack of traction control just to see what the effects are of just absolutely firing it up out of the corners. You know, with an F1 car it's understandable because it'll just spin. But with these, the wheels spin. Goodness me, they do. But the sound is incredible. God love a motorbike. Funnily enough, I went to the British Grand Prix last year in MotoGP. I won't tell you how that turned out. It ended up being a soggy drive home. So not a lot of action on the Sunday, and to be fair, that's not great. Not ideal. At least we didn't fall off though. Sometimes you've just got to bail out of a corner and just have that positivity. 8.4 seconds is the gap to Max now. So pull that out at a similar rate in the next lap and we should get gold, unbelievably, given our first 2 attempts and the fact we have gone wide there. But I think the aim is that for the AI to be fairly slow, so this is accessible to all levels of people. But gold medals, etc., I'm going to take those every day of the week. Don't get on the curb. I mean, you know, we've built all this up just to not to lose now. But is this going to be Honda's 150th victory in the Premier class? Who knows? Or are we going to change history and Biaggi will win? Surely not from this position. But if we're getting out on the curb like that, it's probably not the best thing to do. 10 seconds is the gap now. We need to pull another 2.5, which we're certainly capable of doing. But I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just want to get some sort of medal. At the end of the day, we haven't even got bronze secured yet because we haven't got past the line ahead of Max. Really nice out of there. Just putting the power on exactly the right time. Try and get these 2 corners hooked up. That will maybe well be pivotal for making sure we get goal. 11.7 seconds. So this last sector is going to be crucial in terms of gaining time on Biaggi. Let's find out. A good fan there waving his yellow 46 flag. Right, let's brake into here. Get it slowed down. A little bit of a twitch on the rear there, but just controlling that through use of the rear brake. But we're okay. And through the last corner, we're going to come. Don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. Turn a little bit later if you have to. Oh, that's not a good line. But coming out the corner, 14.6 is the gap. We don't really need to do anything more now. Just come out the last corner, and we have won the Donington GP, the British Grand Prix. Of course, Donington, the home of the MotoGP British Grand Prix for a number of years. And as you can see, it's a gold medal in the first duel, and that's 10 gamer score for us. So lucky, brilliant stuff. Great rivalries. Historic challenge. So that's it from me today. Another challenge done. Very, very pleasing. I hope you enjoyed that, folks. But as I said at the start of the video, make sure to check out the rest of my MotoGP content over on the channel, including my career mode. But until the next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later on. Goodbye for now.